Well, it was really pretty much Dawn's idea with hospice. Katherines Camp is named for my daughter, Catherine Teachy, who passed away in January of 2000. The children were really struggling, and this was a vision of hers.
I'm Dawn Michelle Teachy. I'm CEO of Hospice Care South Carolina, and we're here today at the Wilderness Lodge at Carowinds for Katherines Camp. Katherines Camp started in 2004, and we started this camp to help with children's bereavement after we noticed a gap for children who have suffered a loss, who maybe don't have the same type of support systems that an adult would have. We do a lot of journaling and sharing time together that is to help the children engage in their feelings and their thoughts about the loss of their loved one. But basically, we want them to have fun. We want them to know that when they walk away from this, that it's okay to have fun again and it's okay to be a kid again.
I'm Jennifer Pooley. I'm the Director of Volunteers and Communications for Hospice Care of South Carolina, and I'm also the Katherines Camp Director. Katherines Camp for me it's an exciting way for us to reach out, one, into the community in a different way other than what Hospice Care of South Carolina does every day. We provide services to those that are facing those end of life, and that's very near and dear to my heart. But to be able to reach out to children and to families who are going through a very difficult journey without those resources is beautiful.
We'll be here all weekend. We come in to the camp on Friday evening to register. We do a few fun activities and just some icebreaker type of activities. The children for the camp are qualified by any child that suffered a loss in the last 2 years. So that could be somebody that's affiliated either with our hospice organization, like a former patient that may have passed, or it could just be anybody from the community as well.
All of our team are volunteers, all the community folks are volunteers, and we could not do camp without there being community volunteers.
This is my second camp to be a part of. It's become a real joy and a blessing for me. It's just amazing to watch the children when you see them first. They come on that first day of camp and they're real shy and reserved possibly and just kind of hang back, and then as they get into the activities and you just see them blossom in this safe and sharing environment. They just have that opportunity to open up and to be among children of their own age. It's just amazing to see that transformation happen.
Last night we had the kids take off as much toilet paper as they thought they would need for the night, and they didn't know that we were going to trick them and have them need to tell us a little bit about themselves depending on how much toilet paper they took. So we were trying to get them to open up and feel comfortable around one another so they could really just feel like it was an open and loving environment for them.
Day 2 is what the staff and I refer to as really the heart of the camp. Day 2 is when the walls for the kids start to come down. They've had the opportunity to have those icebreakers and really get to know us and get comfortable with us. Get comfortable with each other because they're meeting new friends, meeting new faces. And so on Saturday, those walls that they typically put in start to come down. I think what's important about Saturday is that every activity that we do goes back into the reason that we're here. A great example is our 13 to 18-year-old group. We created a brand new project called Roller Coaster of Grief. One, because named for where we are, and it's important to us that we title an activity for the area that we're at. And this one is very unique. We titled it because grief is a roller coaster. Some days it's up, some days it's down, some days it's a sharp drop. It's different for everybody. So these kids had the opportunity to design their own roller coaster on paper, share with one another where they're at in that grief process, and then build an actual roller coaster as a team. The share stick is very vital to camp because especially when you get 5 to 8-year-olds, they all want to talk at the same time. So we created a share stick so that when we're in those group settings, they can pass the stick. If they need to talk, they grab the stick. The whole premise was we wanted everybody to be able to talk, but one at a time so that we can all hear what's going on. The kids get the opportunity to really get to the heart of the matter. Activities that they can really relate to one another, talk about the grief, and really start to let go of those emotions.
They would circle their mood for the day, if they were happy, sad, scared, upset, and then they wrote in their journal a little bit how they were feeling and why. Then we went around and talked about it. And then now they're going on a nature walk and some more arts and crafts for the day to make things like a memory box so they can show how they're feeling on the outside compared to how they feel on the inside of their box. And then later on they're going to go into the theme park and go to Carowinds.
Carowinds yesterday was just a tremendous help, I think, for the parents and the children, because it allowed them to miss their loved ones, but also realize it's okay to enjoy themselves. It's okay to laugh and smile and have fun.
It's not just for the kids. Mom and dad still have a need. Although there's plenty of professional resources that they can reach out into in the communities, we want to connect mom and dad back with the child so that they're connected on that grief journey together.
Katherines Camp is a way for the parents to be able to vent. As adults, we tend to feel like we have to maintain a certain image for our children. The kids have seemed to open up very well with one another, as well as the adults. They don't have to be in a shell anymore. They can talk openly. No one makes a judgment on them. Yesterday was the opening of it. Everybody was able to talk and share, and they didn't feel like they were the only one going through it.
We try to keep in touch with all the families that we serve. We do that through email and now through Facebook and all those social media outlets. We also follow up with resources, so when they walk away from here, it's not the last time that we have a relationship with the family or the child that's in camp. They actually follow up with our social workers and chaplains to make sure that they get all the resources that they need. The funding that we receive from the community and from the Hospice and Palliative Care Foundation actually enables us to provide this camp for free to all participating members and their families. We hope and look forward to those donations to continue in the future so we can always provide this camp without any cost to the child or the family to participate in the bereavement camp.
I've noticed that since we started coming to this camp, Amber has come out of her shell a lot. It's nice to see her laugh and play with other kids instead of being locked up in a room crying and pulling away from everyone. The camp has really brought that out of her. And it's helped me too to be around other adults my age or younger that has children that are dealing with death and loss.
On Sunday we have a memorial service, and that's how we end every one of our camps. We do a noon memorial service where the children have a specific activity that they can do to remember their loved one. This year we're doing a flame activity where they're going to be writing a letter to their loved one, and we're going to light the letter and let the ashes go to the heavens. So that's how they're going to end the memorial service this year on Sunday.
Hospice Care of South Carolina, the workers who work there always have an open ear, an open heart, and an open mind. And if it wasn't for them, I don't know what I would have done.
Katherines Camp gives a place for families to share and meet others that are experiencing the same feelings they are experiencing, and that they feel like they're not alone. They can make new friends, have fun with each other, and establish relationships that they can continue in the future.
The camp actually can't exist without a few very main important ingredients, and that would be our volunteers first and foremost. We love to have new volunteers come in, and I think our volunteers actually take away just as much of a great experience as our children do. So I'm always looking for volunteers who would like to come and specifically serve at Katherines Camp. We also can't exist in the future without the wonderful donations that we get from the Hospice and Palliative Care Foundation, and those come in both in kind and from financial support from many people throughout the community. If you're interested in wanting to serve Katherines Camp or would like to be involved in Katherines Camp, you can certainly visit us at our website at www.hospicecare.net, and we'd love to hear from you.